I think there are people who are natural actors. Explain how Tatum O'Neal lit the world on fire in Paper Moon, or Drew Barrymore in E.T. Give us your take on naturals, people who just seem more naturally attuned to the craft. So this is in response to yesterday's post, where I talked about why I thought it was important for actors and writers to study the craft. And most people who do study were like, yes, amen, preach, brother. But then a couple people took offense to it. They're like, you're being exclusionary to people who don't have education. All right, I don't know why the word education is offensive. I know you're just asking a question. I'm happy to answer it. But personally, I think the attitude of pointing to the exceptions is dangerous. You're saying basically I'm an exception. Well, maybe you are. What if you're not? And also, don't you think no matter what level you enter the world at, no matter what level of talent you have, don't you think it can be improved by learning from people who know more than you? It assumes that you already know everything, and that's not the case, obviously. I know plenty of working actors, faces that you would recognize, who, when they have downtime, go back to acting class to improve their craft. It's why athletes have coaches and trainers. Even though they're at the professional level, they can still improve. It's the same thing. People often ask me how I broke into Hollywood, and I've told the story many times on my podcast. You can find that on my website, michaeljamin.com. But breaking into Hollywood is not like other industries. In Hollywood, you have to go through your own door. And once you go through that door, it closes behind you and no one else can go through that door. You have to find your own door. It's not like becoming a doctor where you're pre-med in college, then you take the MCATs, and then you go to med school, and then you have a residency. And then if you do all that at a high level, you're not guaranteed to have a job, but the odds are high. Writing and acting are not that way. So you have to make your own path. I think a better question to ask me are like, what are the attributes that I had that helped me get success, achieve success? And the answer is simple, man. Nerd. I love to learn. I always have loved to learn. I was a nerd in high school, graduated first in my class. Nerd. Went off to a good college. Nerd. Moved to Hollywood. Took writing classes because I knew I didn't know what I didn't know what I didn't know, so I learned. I'm a nerd. I'm the guy. I speak 3 languages. English is my native language. I learned Spanish and Italian as adults. Who does that? Nerds do. How did I learn Italian? Well, I took classes. I didn't just walk out into the world and tell everybody, hey, everybody, I speak Italian now. Why is the bar lower for acting and writing than it is for learning Italian? I took classes. I went to a language institute. I hired a tutor, Susanna, for a couple months to help me. But the bulk of it, I learned in my car, listening to CDs. Davvero, non di scherzo, ho imparato in macchina, ascoltando I CD. That's how I did it, man. I'm a nerd. I advocate nerdacy for all of you. Study it, man. Or not. I don't really care. It doesn't really affect me. Anyway, thank you for your question. For more, keep following me here at Michael Jamin Writer.